Hold on, I gotta remove something.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a fan. Wish I had a stamp print this one. I wish that would have been perfect, Sanford and Son.
Oh no!
Oh, whoa!
Wow!
Feedback.
Feedback.
Hey! Welcome. It is Friday night, 9 p.m. It happens to be Friday the 13th. Ooh, that means yes. Friday the 13th. Awesome. Oh, look at this. We got our first comment. Hey, Mike. Thank
Hey,
you.
Mike. Happy Friday the 13th.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Did you see I put that out? Did you see that stupid thing I put out on X?
What? No. I've been so busy. What was the stupid thing you put out?
Okay, I'll read it to you. It's a picture of the hockey mask, Jason's hockey mask, and it says, "I don't always, but when I do, I." And I thought it was hilarious because it's
just funny. I was drinking. I was taking a sip of my
I did it good. Yes. So,
yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. I don't know. I was like,
it's Saturday the 14th in the UK. Yes.
Oh,
that was
sure
me too.
is.
That was like I forgot who was in that. So it was a weird movie. It was not that popular, wasn't that good, but yeah, I remember Saturday the 14th. But interesting. So happy Friday the 13th. It is Friday night, 9:00. It is time for the Burning River Browns Talk on the Fanatical Owls Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. I am Lou Marconi at L Marconi 251 on Instagram, at L Marconi 1973 on X. So thank you for joining us. My co-host, partner, and DJFS, ESJ. She's my friend Sherry at Browns Fan Girl on X and Budgie M on
Instagram.
There we go. See, she finishes my sentences for me, folks. That's what we do. Mike just had a comment about the Panthers. What do you say?
Yeah, no, I am with you, Mike. If you watched any of last night's festivities,
I saw you swearing a lot on X.
Yeah, I've been really, and that's not characteristic for me. So you could imagine my frustration. And
you got to swear in Yiddish.
I could. So 2 takeaways from the Panthers game last night. Well, maybe more than 2. Number 1, they were making a big deal because Taylor Swift, Gesundheit, Taylor Swift was there.
I muted my mic.
You did great. That was great.
Yes, I would have sneezed on everybody. All of Northeast Ohio.
I understand the Stanley Cup is an event and you want to be seen, sure. But I hate when they take away. They missed showing a goal because the camera panned to Taylor Swift reacting to what was going on the ice.
What the hell was she doing there anyway?
Travis Kelce was there too. They were there together, and it pissed me off. We didn't get to see a goal because, TNT is like, hey, let's go see what this, singer's doing. All right, fine, great. But the hockey fans ready to burn, the stadium to the ground in circumstances like that.
Today is the 1-year anniversary of the viral Haktua video.
Oh, wow.
Well, if you ever want an example of everybody that wants to be famous real quick, there you go.
Well, we saw that crash and burn in real time.
Yeah.
But
absolutely. Like how I pivoted to Haktua.
Well, it sounds like hockey.
Hockey.
Yeah. The overtime has been incredible because that's the first time ever that final games have gone into overtime, and that has been great. But giving up 3 goals, and we were up by 3, Edmonton at 0. It almost felt like we could coast, but that was just in the first period, and it didn't feel right. Also, a lot of Panthers fans on X were stating that anytime a Miami Dolphins player hits the rally drum in the beginning of the game, they lose. So they're petitioning for no more Miami Dolphins players to be involved on banging the rally drum, which is very funny to me. I like them, it's nice having your city support each other and all that, but it was hilarious. They're like calling for like, no more Dolphins. They're banned. They're bad luck. What? We'll
nice. Nice. Well, we'll see what happens with the Stanley Cup Finals. Well,
Yeah,
we
tomorrow night they play. It's a quick
mhm.
turnaround.
We got some Browns mini camp to talk about. We've got the Nick
Sure.
Chubb letter and Nick Chubb departing, which is sad. But we got also some things in the future to look forward to as well. So we're going to talk about all that. But you know what
Mhm.
I want to do? I want to get this out of the way
Do
early.
it.
Let's get it out
Do
of the
it.
way. Let's do a break from our sponsors right now. Thank you. All right. How about them sponsors? All right. John's going to be happy. I did it early.
Yay.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you, 24. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. I was just with doing stuff with the family on Sunday, doing all this other stuff. So I said, "Oh, I got to write an article today." So I sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to write about until I sit down and just kind of see what's going on. And I just looked on X. I was like, "Oh, Nick Chubb's going to Houston." There we go. Got something to write about. there we so
For sure. Jeez.
I sat down and did. I just basically thanked him for everything, folks. It's sad to see him go. I be the first one because I did the show Monday with John. I don't know if you
Mhm.
at all. I said the same thing. I said, "Yeah, I didn't want to see him leave. Of course not. Nobody did." And unfortunately, the writing was on the wall with the draft.
Mhm.
Or
Right.
The
It's a
the
very crowded RB room anyway to begin
well,
with.
well, right now you have well, the thing was,
Ford,
yeah, Nick Chubb. I mean,
Strong.
all right, first of all, we made the trade with Jacksonville. We got the extra
Mhm.
early second round pick. Plus, we got next year's first round pick. So it's kind of, hey, we traded back 3 spots. We got Mason Graham, and then we get Quinshon Judkins after
Mhm.
Carson Swessinger. So that's excellent first 3 picks. What's that?
I wanna practice his
Swessinger?
what? Yes, Swessinger?
Mhm.
Swessinger.
Yes, yeah.
Mm.
That's the
It's
pronunciation I've
been
heard.
difficult for me.
Schweckinger.
I
Yeah,
yes,
like that.
I wanna make it Yiddish. I wanna Schwessinger him, but it's Swessinger.
This
Okay.
is a family show. Don't say that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, real family show here, right? Yeah.
Who knows what this is cut with tonight?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, Texans are a really good fit for him.
Yeah.
They are also somewhat likable. Okay.
I could cheer
No,
for the
he's
Texans
I
for
thought I
that
remember he was supposed to go to
one
Chicago.
week.
I remember the Bear
That's what all
yeah,
the rumors were.
yeah,
Mhm.
it never happened.
Mhm. Mhm.
But when we had the ability to get Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson drop because he's 5'8", he dropped in the 4th round. That's why I was surprised.
Mhm.
SEC Offensive Player of the Year.
Sure.
Maybe he's not an every down back. No, not at all. But he was there. So, well, go ahead. Give us your thoughts on that, Sherry.
Well, I am very mushy. I am so mushy. And like, I was, it felt like a gut punch because I got attached to him. And like, he's been playing on the team almost as long as I've been, well, for as long as I've had season tickets. And it's going to be,
Mhm.
a new landscape. And of course,
Yeah,
reading the letter that was put out today, like, I got, verklempt. And I, shed some tears. I also saw
I
Jay
did.
Crawford. Did you see Jay Crawford get choked up when he was,
Really?
doing a segment? Yeah, Ultimate Cleveland. He got verklempt, and I thought he was gonna, visibly cry. I mean, he was, shaken,
Yeah.
but because Chubb is so likable, he's nose to the grindstone, no nonsense, hard worker, no
Mhm.
drama, steady Eddie, if above and beyond steady Eddie. I mean, he was phenomenal.
Just an
And
overall great guy.
yeah, just the guy you want in the locker room, and everybody rallies around him. And it's just, yeah, exactly. The Instagram post did make me emotional as well.
Oh
And
yeah,
what's
the
going to
letter.
happen with that documentary they were making about Nick Chubb
It's going to be with him and
in Texas, in
yeah, yeah,
Houston,
yeah,
eating barbecue?
yeah, pretty much. Hey,
Hey,
got to see
Brian,
Chubb go. Yeah, it was. It was
very
Brian. It was.
difficult
Yeah. Everybody
for
felt
sure.
emotional with that. Of course.
Mhm.
And football is an emotional
I
game.
love him so much, and I hate that the players are commodities. I hate that because first of all, they're human beings, but they're,
Yes. Yeah.
they're products, unfortunately, and it makes me sad.
Let me ask you, did you see what the owner said?
Of
Jimmy and Dee
Houston?
Haslam? No,
They didn't.
Jimmy D has they put out a statement.
I didn't see what they said.
Okay, well, pretty much what they said. They
I'm
thanked
sure it
him.
was probably nice.
It was very nice, and they said you will be inducted in the Ring of Honor when you
Sure,
retire.
no doubt.
Which I said that in my everybody will see it. He will get an ovation. It'll be roaring. So there's no doubt about it. So absolutely, he belongs there. It's something we could talk about too. Just switching gears a little bit. Chubb, thank you for everything.
Oh yeah.
And we talked about my favorite memories. Like John asked me that, like, what was my favorite game? And I thought most recently, I said that Steelers game. The Steelers game.
Oh, right.
Thursday night when he came back and he scored 2 touchdowns against the team that hurt him the year before. And that was like his revenge game. So I was like, okay, that one's cool. Let me see. The writing, writing was on the wall. That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, writing was on the wall. We saw it after the draft. Did you have a favorite memory of Nick Chubb?
Just the game he came back when it was Nick Chubb Day, and everybody got the Batman comic book, and nobody else cared about what happened about the game. Everybody was just happy Nick Chubb was out there. Game? I believe
that's Cincinnati last year. I think it was his first. He got introduced, and everybody he scored a touchdown.
Yeah, and that was an incredible Nick Chubb Day. The anticipation too. Everybody was buzzing and happy that he was going to be back because he's so beloved. And
there's something else that I just saw Daryl Ryder's tweet. It was from an hour ago regarding the Ohio State Senate budget, what they put in their plan.
Yeah.
I know we're all I know you're stadiumed out, but really basic folks, let me just kind of tell you what happened. Sure. The House passed their version of how to fund it. The governor had his version and the Senate has theirs. Since it's all there, more than likely, I would say it's a 99% chance that's going to be in the state budget that gets signed in about 17 days, within the next 17 days. In other words, this project's going forward. It's just a matter, not a matter of if, not a matter of when, it's just a matter of how. And I'll tell you what, just giving you this, people are disagreeing, people don't like it, whatever. That's fine. You could disagree all you want. One, the city of Cleveland doesn't have the land to build a new stadium.
Right.
2, they don't have the money to build a new stadium. 3, they don't have the wherewithal to build a new stadium or just the ability because they're fucking idiots. All right. They can't see the forest through the trees. That's the problem. That's what's been going on. So really, essentially, people, the $600 million the Browns need is pretty much earmarked from the unclaimed funds. There's $1.1 billion that will be sitting there for the Bengals too, to get their bite of the apple when they're ready to. So that's going to happen. Speaking of which, the Bengals are a mess. Have you seen the stuff about our division rivals down 71?
No, but it's a little refreshing to hear that someone that's not us. And the Steelers too.
Well, no, the Steelers. I mean, when I talked to when you saw the interview with Jeff Hartman last week, and I talked to Steeler fans, they're excited. They're thinking like Aaron Rodgers is going to be the answer.
I've heard a lot different from a lot of other Steelers fans. So,
they're calling him Grandpa already.
Just they're not looking.
Maybe I'm looking at X too much and seeing all the Steeler fans going.
Yeah, it could be. It could influence your feed.
I don't think. I just said I'd be shocked if Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco start all 17 games this season.
I can't imagine that.
No, you're that old. I mean, just injuries will pile up on you as you get older, and this is a rough game. It's a long season, so. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm not wishing ill or wishing anybody to be injured. I'm not saying. I'm just looking at the reality of the NFL and the age of being over 40. Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers got secret married.
Yeah, he got married. Good for him. Yeah, and I'm not being sarcastic. But I heard he got married, and that's the reason why he was kind of away was he just got married. So he was on.
And he didn't want to mess it up like he had with so many other notable girlfriends where they were. In the
I really feel bad for him. I really feel bad for him. No, Aaron, good, congratulations, Aaron. I'm fine with that. Let's just say this with the Bengals. Back to that, their first round pick, they picked him 17th in the draft. Shamir Smith, I think his name is, the pass rusher, because Trey Hendrickson is holding out. So they drafted a pass rusher. Now the pass rusher can't get his contract signed because they're nickel and diming him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's getting ugly. I mean, draft picks, you're like slotted. This is the 17th pick.
Mm-hmm.
You're slotted to get this. You get this contract. That's it. That's why they set this up this way, so these rookies don't hold out like they do.
Mm-hmm. Sure. What
But I don't
about
know
TJ Watt not participating in
Yeah,
minicamp?
he didn't come into minicamp either. I don't know if he wants.
Yeah.
I don't know what his deal is either. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I haven't. I knew he wasn't at the
Right.
OTAs, which
Right.
we kind of
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Hartman and I joked about that, saying, "Oh no, Miles isn't at ours."
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
TJ's not at theirs. So I said, "Yeah, I'm hoping something could get resolved. I don't see them missing games. I don't see that
Sure.
happening. But it's just a bad look and kind of." Yeah, it's a bad look on the organization, meaning the Bengals. I'm not talking about the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what's going on with the TJ Watt, what he wants.
Mm-hmm. Probably
No,
money.
I don't.
I'm gonna assume money.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what other stuff is here. At least, let me see. Yeah, let me see. At least our first round pick hasn't walked out. Yeah, okay. Yep. That's that one. Yeah, hot mess. Well, yeah, that's just what's going on. That's just
Mm-hmm.
what happens. They paid for their receivers and their quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, well, we can't really do that for you. I don't know if they just don't have the money or whatever. So people right now that are complaining about Haslam, it's like, you're not seeing that shit here.
Sure.
It's worth over $9 billion. And the other people too complaining about public funds going to the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10% of what the actual thing was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. But how about this? He pays for the whole stadium and he doesn't pay taxes on it for 10 years from the revenue.
Can they do that?
They can make any deal they want. I mean, they could.
Mm.
I mean, yeah. Why should, if he's going to invest his money, invest his time, take all that risk,
Mm-hmm.
why should the greedy government get their money? Have some skin in the game, folks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see you, big dog. Thanks for reposting the stream. I see you up there in the comments.
Where's that at? Oh yeah, there he is.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Thanks, big dog. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. We appreciate it. So people are going to disagree with me on that. They're screaming money to schools or money to this or money to that. We need better. Hey, vote for a school levy. Show up at a school board meeting.
That's local. That's local government.
Right.
That's not.
Yeah, that's
pot of money.
Yeah, the state funding for education has not changed at all.
Right.
At all. So I mean, there's no taxes aren't being raised on this, and if it's too expensive for you to go, or if you don't want to go, nobody's making you. Don't go.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh, hey man, appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We love our British audience.
Yeah, we do. Thank you. Thank you from across the pond.
I want to know, are you going to the game? Were you able to secure tickets for the Browns Vikings game when they go visit you guys?
I think Paul Brown will be there. I wonder, is Spider going to be there too with First Lady?
He's going over, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, that I would love to do that, but the plane tickets.
Yeah.
I'm like, I already give them so much of my money. I'll wait for them to come back to me.
No, I'll be fine. I can watch it 9:30 on NFL Network. I'll probably watch it from my place, my living room and stuff. I'll be cool. I'll be fine with that. But yeah. So people were talking about like saying Haslam doesn't spend the money. He spends a lot. He's invested a lot of money in Northeast Ohio as it is, and it's not fair just to say that. Let me see.
Through the British Browns backers.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I wish I could go. Well, my passport expired. So, yeah, I have a little trouble. I can't leave the country.
Mine's still good.
Yeah, I can't leave the country. But that was that. Yeah, so that's really what's been going on with that. So I would say probably safe to say within the next 2 weeks we'll be on there saying it's a done deal, and there's no more debating. And you people, like I said, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like. That's fine, but it's going to happen. So if you don't want to go, don't go. But what's going to be the factor is putting on a winning team. That's what it is.
Absolutely. No doubt.
Oh, his passport expired. Yeah, you got to stay in the UK, man.
So it's good. It's going to you.
Yeah. That just just never got around to renewing it, so it's not a big deal. Well, yeah, but anyway, what was I going to tell you? We were going to talk about that, and I think you want to just get right into the OTAs.
Yeah. Well, we should discuss what we were talking just briefly before we came on about how hilarious it is that stats are being kept on QB performance during
Yeah,
camp.
yeah.
It's so funny to me because it's
They're going to hand out championship rings on OTAs. Yeah.
Exactly. It's participation trophy nation. Come on. Don't do that. It's such a controlled environment. I'm like, none of this counts for anything except practice. And that's what it should be. And you should be happy to be practicing without, the pressure of someone destroying you during a game. Just can't we just let them practice without putting silliness out like that? Because then people fight with each other over like so and so is already going to be a starter. Look at these stats. I'm like, ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
Not in the very least bit.
Exactly.
Well, I think the thing people can't do, it's not fair. It's really not fair to do that to Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel. It's not. They're rookies. They're going from college to the NFL, which is a big leap. It's a big jump. Quarterbacks like, CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels, that's rare in their first year to show up and be that productive and that effective. Not saying it can't happen or it won't happen. It's not. That's the exception. That's not the rule. So,
Jaden Daniels, a unicorn. He's a unicorn.
Yeah. He also had a lot of veterans around him. They invested a lot of money in free agency to put together a good team in Washington last year. So, like, I remember when everybody looked at the schedule and saw we were going to Washington, they were like, "Oh yeah, we got to win there." Yeah, hey.
They were not paying attention to Washington. Clearly,
no, they weren't. Neither was I. And then
I was. I'm like, holy shit, that kid.
Yeah,
he is a good quarterback.
I just look at it this way. I'm going to pay attention to the joint practices because the performance of joint practices and the preseason games are going to mean a lot more, especially with the young quarterbacks. I want to see how they handle NFL offenses. And they learn an average player in the NFL in college is very good. So this is a whole new level for these guys. And it's true. I guarantee you Shedeur and Dillon are going to say that, like, wow, this game's a lot faster. Oh, geez. Like, they're not used to it yet. It usually takes like the third year is when it starts to slow down for them. And just people talking about, well, Flacco's not getting that many reps. Does he need them? I
don't think so.
I think the guy that's if I were a betting man and I'm not, I would say September 7th at the stadium, 1 p.m. kickoff. Kenny Pickett's the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
You went last week. You said Joe Flacco, so now we're back on the Kenny Pickett.
I'm thinking Pickett. What I thought I always said Pickett. Did I say Flacco last week?
Last week you said Flacco. The week before you said Kenny Pickett.
Well, I'm back to Pickett.
Okay.
I don't remember saying Flacco last week, but I'll take you at your word. I'm not calling you a liar. I just don't remember. I just don't recall.
Okay. I can't remember. Okay. That is okay.
That's what I can't do. Ooh.
So why do you think it's going to be? What is leading you to that conclusion?
What's leading me to that conclusion? Okay. First and foremost, I think it's because he's a lot younger.
Sure.
And I think it's just that
we
got a lot of comments coming in.
You see, I didn't log back in, the right way to
OTAs or flag football. Yeah. Okay. Let's get to some comments here. Good evening, Louis Cherry. How are you doing this? We're doing great. Thanks, Drew. I'm hearing in the media that Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel have to leg up on the starting job. Well, Dillon Gabriel at 5'11" does need that leg up. So I'm going to make my short jokes while I can. Personally, I'm waiting for the preseason before I even start thinking about comparing. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think reports out of joint practices help too, because last year that's when we started hearing about how bad the team was. Because they had joint practice against the Vikings and they sucked, and we're like, that's bullshit. They're just But we had a lot of guys hurt. We had a lot of offensive linemen hurt. We went through like 3 different centers in the first 6 weeks of the season. So I'd love to see Pickett be the starter there for you. But okay, yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think he's a system guy, and if he operates within the system, he'll be fine. He's not going to win you a game, but he's not going to lose you a game either. So He's not a turnover machine. Flacco is. Flacco has a propensity to
Right,
start turning the ball over.
when he throws those, like, huge
Yeah.
cannon style
He
shots.
he hopes Pickett doesn't make the team. Okay. Well, I think Pickett knows this is because we did look. Let me just tell you this. I will definitely say this. Next year in 2026, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel will be on the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, no
Pickett
doubt.
and Flacco won't be.
Right.
I think if they have an opportunity to draft a generational talent at quarterback, you will see it.
Mhm.
They will do it in the first round. So but they can't even think about that yet because they have no idea how things are going to shake out and how the draft even is going to shake out. So a lot has to happen between now and end of April in 2026. But they're still going to try to win. We're rooting for Jacksonville to lose. We're rooting for Jacksonville to lose.
That's the theme of the season.
Oh, hold on. What's this one? This one's LOL, Mike.
Oh, look what Mike wrote above.
Yeah, the Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
Next year next year will be 3 young guys. Yeah, you might, because I think getting that experience in the first year goes a long way, but we will see. What do you think, Sherry?
I'm still convinced game 1 it's going to be Flacco.
Okay, you could be. And we're not betting. We're not going to bet. We're not going to bet. I don't bet. I don't do bets. Last time I lost a bet, I had to sing karaoke in boxer shorts.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah. Oh, that was made money, but I did it. Yeah, I had to sing "I Will Survive" by Gloria Gaynor.
That's excellent. That is excellent.
Yes. That's a true story though. So that's for another podcast.
Right.
Yes. Let's see. What's that? Flacco
to beat Burrow.
I like it. Well, the one thing about the Bengals is that they're notoriously slow starters.
Mm-hmm.
And Burrow in Cleveland against us really doesn't have that good of games.
No,
he doesn't.
Not at all.
He doesn't. He always struggles against Browns defenses.
Especially getting pressured by Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, think about too. There's another guy. I did an article. I did 2 articles today. One, I talked about how, hey, there's no reason to rush the rookie quarterbacks, and there's not. I think they'll get their opportunities after the bye week. What are we trying to do here? Just let them learn, let them develop, let the process play out. Sure. Be patient, people. Don't start anointing them, sending them the Ken from OTAs. Okay, let's not do that. I've never seen this before. What the hell? Did people lost their collective minds? I mean, what is going on?
Yeah.
All right, but I think you brought up the defense. You brought up Myles Garrett. Great point. But there's a free agent they signed in March before they drafted Mason Graham was Malik Collins.
Sure.
And I'm thinking like he's getting first team reps.
Oh, that's great.
And it's like him and Mason Graham next to each other on that defensive line along with Garrett. Impressive.
Solid.
It's impressive. It's just like, well, he had 30 tackles and 5 sacks in 16 games for San Francisco last year. I wrote the article about it. I said, is this guy like an underrated signing? Is this guy like going to be better than we thought? Is he going to be more impactful than we thought? Let's hope. Yeah. I'm just making a point. Malik Collins, yeah, for that. I like the signing when they did it because I said, yeah, we need defensive tackle help. Yeah. Because we're trying to stop the run. That's what we're going to try to do. I heard Alex Wright was looking good too. Myles is going to be Myles, of course. He's going to get his 15, 16 sacks easily. I mean, it's going to happen. He's going to average a sack a game. I think let's like I said, let's see how the rookie linebacker looks. Schwettinger, along with that's the way I'm going to say his name from now on. No,
oh yeah, Michael Hall. Yeah, was it his birthday today?
Yeah, he had a birthday. So yeah, Michael Hall. He's going to be in the rotation.
Great.
They're going to be rotating him. He's going to be there. Michael Hall was a very good pick in the second round. He's playing like a first rounder. Absolutely. Yeah, and like when I hear like Andrew Berry can't make draft picks, they're bitching about Jed Wills. They're bitching. It's one guy, Jed Wills. Okay, Jed Wills that year was ranked 11th by Pro Football Focus. We drafted him 10th. Yeah. Everybody thought it was a good pick. Everybody, every draft person said, "Oh, that was a good pick." By the way.
Well, again, I've said this a million times. You don't know until you know. So
yeah. When you know, you know. Yeah. That's true. So he's not horrible. He's not the greatest thing since sliced bread either. He's not this Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind figuring shit out. No, he's not. But tell me, I mean, where you? Because I think this team's going to improve. We can't be much worse than 3 wins.
No way.
Well, you could, but we're not going to try. Okay.
Not intentionally.
No. Where are you looking to see the most improvement on this team? Just off the top of your head.
The O-line.
The O-line. Okay. And you're talking what? Speaking of which, we talked about this last week. DeJuan Jones.
Well, that's what I'm most excited about. Really.
Left tackle. He's in shape. He looks
great.
like he's ready to go.
He looks so good.
Yeah. Let me see what do we got here. What's Mike? Take Schlesinger if JOK didn't have the horrible injury. Schlesinger plays a different position. He plays middle linebacker, so probably. I think they would, because we really weren't drafted. We weren't going young with linebacker position, plus much less middle linebacker. We're plugging in veterans for a while, and I think it was time to draft somebody young. So I think we would, Mike. I think we would. It's a great question, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I am.
You said O-line. You said O-line. I didn't know if you were finished with the thought or not. I'm sorry.
No, I am very excited to see the improvements from DeJuan Jones, because I have nothing but good feelings for how he came back already. I haven't been watching any footage of.
It's in shorts and helmets.
I'm like, it's
that. Yeah,
kind of silly too. But he looked great in his press conference and everything, and so that to me means he's ready. He's taking everything seriously. He wants the position. He wants to succeed. So that's phenomenal.
Yeah. Huh. I would like to think the running game too with the O-line, because I think they're going to emphasize on that. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, 70% of our drives were punts last year. We were the highest in the NFL. It was horrible.
The defense got no rest whatsoever. Yeah, they were out like every other snap. Yeah. It was terrible.
If we get average offense, we can win 7 games. I mean, we can. I mean, the defense is that talented. So let's hope for that. I mean, I think the offense would be better. I mean, last year it was bottom of the barrel. It was terrible.
Sure.
Especially, it was just we couldn't run the ball.
Yeah, very undisciplined.
A lot of penalties. The key, I think, is being able to win on first down, get those 4 or 5 yard runs. So when it's 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, it's a much better advantage for the offense to deal with. So absolutely. I think that helps out a lot. But we're not playing the schedule game necessarily, but I kind of did this. No, I kind of did. I said, okay, the key is to split the divisional games.
Gotcha.
Which they won 2 last year. So that I'm saying they can win 1 more. So could they win 3? Then you got, I think, winnable games. You think the Jets are winnable? I think the Titans are winnable because they got a rookie quarterback. Then you got, especially it's in Cleveland. So then that's 5 right there. So you never know. Plus you got other games. You always have a game or 2 that you're just not supposed to win that you do win. You have a game or 2 you're supposed to win, you don't win. So thinking they could probably win 7, somewhere between 7 and 9 games. That's all I was saying. I was giving in that range somewhere. But it's interesting how when I had Jeff on, and he was actually, if you heard him talk himself into 11 wins with Aaron Rodgers, and I'm going, but is he going to be healthy all year? I mean,
he hasn't been since he's been for a long time.
It's a tough thing. It's a very difficult thing to stay healthy in the NFL when you're getting older.
Right. I feel like it accelerates aging because you're getting beat up so much.
Yeah. Reduce the penalties, protect the football. Basic stuff.
Patriots. I forget about the Patriots.
Well, they play the Steelers twice. The problem with the Steelers there, Drew, we got the last home game is against Pittsburgh on December 28th. And we play them in Pittsburgh week 6. We come back from London and they're coming off their bye.
Mm.
So it's
We're
not going
gonna
to be
be
easy.
jet lagged. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Exhausted.
it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. So we'll have to see, because I know the week before they have the bye, but they're going to be in London. They're going to get the bye week to recover. But their bye week is early in the season. It's at week 5. So that makes it difficult. So we'll see what happens. I mean, any team can get hit with an injury bug and boom, that's it. Their
Well,
season's
yeah.
boom. That happens too. Any team can have anything happen. So on paper, I think things look good. Like
Always.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You mean absolutely. Let me see. Jets, Patriots, Titan, Bears are winnable. Yeah. And you that right there, and then 3 divisional games. That's it. Those are 7 games that they could win. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Excuse me. Yep, that's good. Let's see. I don't mind that if it's basically a scheduled loss. What he's talking about? He's talking about the Steelers. Yeah. Let's just the Steelers win in Ireland versus the Vikings. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's another thing. You don't know what kind of team the Vikings are going to have.
True.
You really don't. I mean, depending on how good JJ McCarthy is, and you don't really know what kind of team you're going to have against the Dolphins either. Now we play. Let me guess. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have Buffalo here and Miami here. We go to New York and we go to New England. Is that correct?
I think so.
I think so. I think you're right. I think. I'm going to pull up the schedule here.
Sure.
We'll look at some dates. But if anybody, I know definitely we go to we go to New England. Come on. All right, schedule. I got it pulled up on my phone. Miami's home in October, and the following week we go to New England. And then we have the bye.
We don't know what shape.
And then we go to the Jets. What's that?
We don't know what kind of shape Tua is going to be in. He's
he's prone to injuries and concussions. Yeah, he had some serious ones too. Last 2 years, one each year. Ooh.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, we lost to Ty Huntley because we had DTR who couldn't quarterback his way out of a paper bag last year for some reason. Oh,
that was so disappointing.
Yeah, we're at Chicago, Buffalo. Oh, the home Buffalo game's in December. So December 21st and 28th, it's Buffalo and Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And then January 4th, Sunday, January 4th, as we wrap up the season in Cincinnati. So, yep.
Oh, we start and end with Cincinnati, huh?
Last time we did that was 2023, and we went 11-6, and we won the division. No, we didn't win the division, but we went to the playoffs. Lions, Patriots, Jets, Raiders, Bears are non-divisional road games. Yep.
Thank you.
I think going to Detroit is going to be tough. Who else do we have from the end? We have the Packers here. That one's going to be tough too. Yeah.
That's going to be a fun game, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. I think you and I have talked about this, and you can add to what I'm about to say. We're kind of just going to watch and just try to enjoy some good, clean football and take it in and understand this is
expectations are level. Nothing crazy.
Nothing. No, we want to see improvement. We don't want to see what we saw last year. Last year was just it was crap.
Gut wrenching.
Yeah. We had high expectations because we came off of this. I think it's going to be an improved team because you can't do much worse offensively. And with a better offense, the defense is going to be better. So let's see. But how are you approaching this season? Let me just ask you that open-ended question.
Completely dead inside? Just kidding.
All right. Tell us how you really feel, Sherry. Yeah.
I'm sitting Shiva for Nick Chubb. I'm not over it yet. I gotta, go through
you never will be. Different levels of grief. What are the steps of grief? Was it 12 steps or no? That's Alcoholics Anonymous. 12 steps.
Well, it could be on par with loving this team. It is an addiction of some sort of substance we need a 12-step program for it. So I'm going in level-headed. I am not gonna get emotional until maybe halfway through the season, and then by then it'll be a good litmus test of how the team has improved, and I'm scared to love them. I mean, I do, but I'm
So
scared to
let's
get
take the
hyped.
Freudian approach on this.
Sure.
Tell me, what did that have to do with your
They
mother?
keep hurting me, and I go back for more. It's toxic. I want something a little nicer than a hat, maybe?
We got a Journey concert.
Dude, if that's it, I'm gonna be pissed. Because I didn't get a t-shirt.
Yeah, I went with Matt. We couldn't get a t-shirt. I got felt up. So
yes. Well, at least that's something.
yes.
That's your season ticket.
That's my season ticket gift. I get felt up by middle-aged nurses.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
People, you had to be there to see it.
Oh,
you had to be
man,
there to
was it
see
great.
it.
That was so great.
If I would have done that to them, I would have been arrested.
Yes, you would have immediately.
Yes. And it wouldn't have been worth it. So let's see. Why did the Browns let Chubb walk to Houston? It made no sense. We talked about that. It's who we drafted. Yeah, it's who we drafted, and it was business. Yeah, I think it had more to do with that. I'm not predicting 11 wins like last year. No, neither am I.
I was in Club 11 last year as well.
Yeah, you know what? 49ers at home will be a good one. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you know what? I want to. We beat them at home too when they went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, we did. Didn't they lose to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl in 2023? Yeah, because then the year after it was the Eagles and Chiefs, and the Eagles beat them. So, yeah.
Right.
I think they did. I think they beat the 49ers. Absolutely. So, So 49ers at home would be nice. Let's see.
I think the game that I am most excited for teams who don't come visit often is Green Bay. I enjoy their fan base. Unless you're stuck on an airplane with you, and then you get tortured. I remember that story.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he one heck of a quarterback. You got to tell you.
Well, they're very nice.
Yeah,
they're
like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're so nice. I love Midwesterners. Man, do I love them.
Oh, you betcha. Yeah, I like my cheese here
and beer.
Cheese and beer, We get to pee a lot, but we can't poop. We're all constipated, but we pee a lot. That's what happens when you're in Wisconsin. That's right.
Right on.
You like my Midwestern accent. We're gonna go get some tacos. That's what we're gonna do after the game. Get some tacos.
What?
There you go. Didn't Trent Williams get hurt in that game? He might have. I have no idea. I'm trying to remember. I remember PJ Walker started for us and we won.
Oh, right.
Gotta tell you. Yeah, I remember I was at that game. I remember it was a cold and rainy day. I remember that. And I remember I was talking to 49ers fans before that game, and they were nervous. They were like, oh, they were nervous. Oh, yeah, they were. They're like, oh, this could, because, well, first it was a nationally televised game.
Right.
The week before, this game happened. It was a 1:00 game from a West Coast team, and then they had another nationally televised after it. It was a trap game. It just smelled of it. And yeah.
Wow.
Ooh. All right, hang on a second. I'm gonna have this.
Roberto. He is one of my ex-friends. He has a.
Why is he your ex-friend?
Because he's on X or Twitter. Oh,
that's a good question. That's a very good question.
I would like to see.
For the people listening on Spotify, he said, y'all sound great. There's Roberto Shenanigans comment. Y'all sound great. What is your confidence level on Hopkins being over the yips this season? Meaning that he's going to actually make his field goals. He said, cheers. So, if we would have had average kicker, we would have won 3 more games. That alone would have been improved. That's a great point. I think they're going to have push competition in there. If he sucks,
what I was going to say. Let's bring in some competition.
If he sucks in the preseason, he's gone.
He needs a fire lit under his ass to perform
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
NFL level, not this
yeah.
wishy-washy, nonsensical,
What's that?
shitty kicking.
What is with the NFL schedule? Yeah, you talk to commissioner, man. I don't know. I don't make the schedules, dude. I just go to the games. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. He agreed.
Mhm,
Roberto. Hey man, thanks for commenting, Roberto. Yeah, that's true.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Hopkins did
Yeah,
cost us like 3 or 4 games last year. Oh
mhm.
yeah.
'Cause those were points. Those
Those are
were points.
points. We need
Points.
points. We need
Those were
points.
points. He took
Hey,
them off the board.
you need a good kicker in this game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, yeah.
even, like, it not even good, like,
Yeah. Average kicker will get you some
average.
points here. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
frustrating.
It's like everything that went right in 2023, everything went wrong in 2024.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I was thinking kind of along those lines. Kate York,
Cade
bring him
York.
back. Bring him
Well,
back.
why the hell not? Sure.
Right, he's in Cincinnati, right? He's still in
Yeah.
Cincinnati?
Thanks. Keep it up. Hey man, I try to keep it up. 52 years old. You know, that's what I got the energy drink and boner pills for. So that's what I'm for. Yep. I keep
That's your
going.
Friday night,
My Friday night. Yeah.
potion.
Powered by energy drinks and boner pills.
Mhm.
As we do CFL
Right.
kickers. Probably a UFL kicker coming to
Mhm.
training camp. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh,
Ooh,
he's laughing, Roberto. Yeah, dude, I've been using that joke for a long
you
time now.
my, MVP of last year was,
Justin Tucker might be available. No, we're not getting Tucker. We're not going through that bullshit.
no thank washing my hands, nope. Bojorquez was the MVP of last season. I mean, he was the MVP. That man, it seemed like he was out
Oh
every
yeah,
other play.
he was punting
That
like a
man was
fool there.
sure was.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing a little did a good job. Did a
Mhm.
really good job.
Sure did.
I was gonna think there's a lot of things too with this. Oh, there was like special teams things that went wrong. There was
Mhm, mhm,
defensive
mhm.
miscommunications in the secondary that cost us a game. There were so many things that went wrong last year.
I'm trying to forget them completely,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Just looking back, and I think even Steve Gill on the other
Mhm,
with the
mhm.
colleague here in the Fanatical House even said like, "Oh yeah, with the first 6 games of the season, we had 3 different starting centers. I mean, the
Yeah.
offensive line was bad. Deshaun Watson played bad. He was slow to read defenses. He
Mhm,
wasn't getting rid
mhm,
of the ball."
mhm.
And but he always hung on to the ball. But then
So
once he
long.
got hurt, he was hanging
Mhm,
on to it even longer. So yeah, so it's this Charlie Hewlett has moved on to Philly. Okay.
hmm.
Interesting. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. Like there's so much that can happen between now and the end of training camp. The things that I like, and I have my article came out today with the
Mhm.
vibes different.
I
There
read it.
you read it. Oh, what did you think?
I liked it because I felt very much the same way that it's gonna be good. It's like
Yeah,
it's a
we're
little
not
more
talking
zen.
playoffs.
It's
We're not
zen,
talking.
it's centered, it's thoughtful. It's not like the sky is falling, we're amazing, we're gonna be great, we're going to the Super Bowl this season.
Yeah,
None of
well,
that
he thinks
horseshit.
Roberto thinks something. I agree. I
Sure.
think, yeah. What if you
That would
watch
make me happy.
when we got competitive, like
Mhm.
competitive in games is when we had average quarterback play. And that was, I mean, the one Jameis Winston almost threw 2 game-losing interceptions. I mean, the guy
Aw.
dropped them. I was like, and everybody like, yes. I was like, but I'll tell you what, that was probably the most fun we had at the games last year was that Baltimore game when we won. When
Mhm.
that touchdown, and then it came down to the end of the game, and we ended up winning the game and everything. So it was a good time, and that was the one that JOK got hurt, I think too.
Right.
Ooh, because where I was
Oof.
sitting and I'm high
Mhm.
up, I was like, okay, who's down? Who's down? They were saying it's JOK, and I'm like, oh
Mhm.
fuck. I
Mhm.
even said they're like, damn it.
Sure.
It breaks your heart to see that, but I wish him a
Absolutely.
quick and speedy recovery, and I wish him the best. I wish everybody the best that gets hurt in
Mhm.
this game.
Yeah.
The other thing
Not for
too
the
is,
the faint of heart.
did you like the word I used to describe Deshaun Watson last year with this team?
Well, it's a good
Albatross?
it's mhm, mhm.
Well, go ahead. Do you think those are the correct term to use?
Sure.
Was that?
Didn't Jimmy Haslam use that word too?
I don't
Did
think
he?
he said that. I just think he said it
Oh.
was a big swing and a miss. I don't think he said the
Oh,
word
okay.
albatross.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Jeez, man, comments are flying in.
Yay.
Guys, thank you. Yeah. Durham game will help massively. Judkins was such a great pick.
Mhm,
We were
mhm.
on the show live when we picked them, and I think I screamed. was like,
Mhm.
yes, yes, we got Judkins. And I think even Posh jumped when I did that. She's
Mhm,
I
mhm,
scared Posh. Let's see. Definitely the vibes are totally different from last year to this year. I think, yeah,
mhm.
I think the word that was used last year uh was pensive, which I thought was interesting. You know, I mean, just kind of like, I don't know. I got a kind of like a Star Wars movie. I got a bad feeling about this.
Right.
It's just
Mhm, mhm.
we were kind of talking ourselves into them being a good team
Big
because,
time,
and when you
big
start
time.
doing that, you're going, I don't think I'm talking myself into 7 wins with average quarterback play. I don't think I am.
And that's good enough. That's a good place to be from where we were.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
level-headed. It's not any of this
Wouldn't it be
over
like wouldn't it
emotional.
completely blow your mind if like we come back from London, we go to Pittsburgh and we upset them?
Well, that would be
That would
phenomenal, of
that would
course.
be great.
Maybe they'll be
Yeah, he said agreed.
fueled. Maybe they'll be fueled on jet lag, and
Yes. Yeah,
it'll
they'll fly back they'll fly back right
mhm,
away. They'll be
mhm,
back and they'll recover in 2 days and they'll be good.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
heck
mean,
yeah,
that's
underdogs, nothing to lose. I'm for it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Cause
Exactly.
7 I think 7 wins is realistic.
It is absolutely realistic.
Let me ask the chatters, and I'll ask you before we wrap this up. Is there anything else you got on your mind, share before? Because I got one thing I want to ask the people in the chat, and I want to ask everybody else. And I appreciate the interaction, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. I mean, hell,
Mhm,
2 years ago,
absolutely.
nobody knew who I was. Well, people knew I was as a wrestler. Yeah, but that's
I
a
have
long story. If you look me up, you can find it. Oh, it
nonsensical,
was funny because
Cleveland.
I was
No,
in the
go ahead.
office. I was in the office, and I'm not talking about where I work, but one young lady that was there, and the guy's like, "Yeah, he used to wrestle." She's like, "Get out of here! No way!" She like freaked out, and then she looked me up, and she's like, "Dude," she goes, "I was wondering if you were like the bouncer or something when you were here," and I'm like,
I am the bouncer
"I
of
am the bouncer."
the
Yeah,
office.
yeah. But just the way she acted and how she like fangirled over it, I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "So?" It's like to me, it's like, this is the only room in my house that you would know I was a wrestler. Everything else is just it's decorated the way my wife wants it. So I got like Star Wars shit over on the side here too. So
As you
so
should.
as I
What
should,
about
yes.
Spaceballs? That was a
Oh,
huge
Spaceballs
announcement.
too. Spaceballs too.
2027.
The search
That's
for more
huge.
money with how old is Mel Brooks now? He's in his 90s.
90, I think he's gonna be
Yeah.
98.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, Roberto. Thank you, man.
Cheers,
Appreciate it.
Roberto. Cheers.
Cheers, brother. All right.
He's
What
gonna be 98. I think he's our best Jew.
he's our best Jew.
He's our best. Keep
Uh,
him safe. Keep him safe at all means, at all costs, everything necessary. Keep him, then Larry David, then Jerry Seinfeld.
yeah. Yeah. And there was something I was going to ask people, and I completely forgot because I got sidetracked due to Spaceballs. And
And another nonsensical. Well, this is Cleveland related. You
no,
know
no, no,
who's
no, no.
in
See,
town.
7 wins, 7. Oh, okay. What realistically? What do you? It just came back to me.
Sure.
How many wins do you see Jacksonville getting? And I just mean just taking an objective outsider's look.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville Jaguars. That's the question. How do you see? What do you see them finishing this year? What draft pick are we going to get from them in the first round?
Woo. What if
That's the
I'm gonna
key.
say number 3.
You're saying 3 wins.
No, we're getting draft pick number 3 from
We're
them.
getting the third draft pick.
Mhm.
All right. Hopefully two.
Oh, okay. We're
No,
along. You want them?
top
Gotcha.
five. Top five pick. That'd be
Mhm.
awesome.
Mhm.
Let's see. Bouncers are cool dudes. I remember on vacation in Florida, my folks went to this one restaurant pub like 3 times in 2 weeks. Got around to talking to the bouncer for some reason, and we hit it off really well. Really cool guy. Yeah, most of us are. Yeah, it's been a
Mhm,
long
mhm.
time since I've done. I could tell the story when I had to bounce a woman, and she wasn't happy. Yeah. Well, she was like wailing on her ex-boyfriend at the bar. I mean, she
Wow,
was pounding on this guy,
that's
and he
terrible.
wasn't fighting back. And he was in a no-win situation because half the bar thought he was a wuss for taking it, and the other
Mm,
half thought he was
mm,
he would have turned on him if he would have
sure,
retaliated. So I
right.
couldn't let that go on. So I got behind her and I kind of like put like a bear hug from behind, picked
Mhm.
her up, and she's trying to hit me with her head. I'm carrying her out. She's kicking and she's flailing. And then I took her outside. I went through the doors, took her outside, put her on just put her down the sidewalk. She got it, landed on her feet. I let her go. She turned around like she was going to hit me. I said, "You hit me, I will hit you back."
That'll do
she
it.
looked at my eyes and she basically she flipped me off, said "F you," and walked away. I was like,
I bet she
"Have a good night." I was like, "Have a good night." I don't know, but I just said, that's all I said. I said, "You hit me, I'll hit you back." I said, Go ahead, see what happens. It's like, something tells me you're not going to like that. So, see, it's easy to wail on a guy when you know he's not going to fight back. So
right.
That's just never. Don't worry, I didn't hit her. Didn't have to.
Didn't think you had to.
No, didn't have to. But I had to get her out of there, and I did it
the
safest way possible. Sure. She weighed like 110 pounds. Let's see. Can Travis Hunter win that? Maybe Travis Hunter can win them a couple of games. Maybe.
You never know.
You never know. I know Trevor Lawrence had surgery already.
Yeah, that's what he.
Okay. Yeah.
Not convinced. Yeah, no. He's not getting better with age.
He's all right. I mean, he's
the embodiment of
Just so you know, the one team that lost to Deshaun Watson last year was the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
In Jacksonville.
Home. Yeah, at their home stadium.
Yeah.
It was a swamp ass game though.
It was. Yeah, it was. I was I remember because my wife's family, her was there, and they were texting me pictures from the game. Hey, look, we're here, we're watching the Browns and Jaguars.
I'm like, I mean, it looked swampy. It was like very humid.
Yeah,
it was rainy. It was like misty. It's that weird Florida mist rain stuff.
Yeah. So I thought, it's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Like I said, we'll see what happens. I will say this: I am rooting for Jacksonville to lose.
Yes.
Let me see. Looking at the schedule, 3 to 4 wins, so top 3 pick. Okay. Gee, do you think we would have won the trade then if we get a top 3 or 4 pick, top 3 pick with that quarterback class coming out next year?
For sure.
Yeah, and I just thought of something else because I saw like people were saying about how we're dysfunctional because we have 5 quarterbacks. No, we have 4. Deshaun Watson's not playing.
We don't talk about that.
Deshaun Watson's not playing.
We don't talk about that one guy.
Yeah, we have 4. We're going into the offseason with 4. 2 rookies we drafted, a 3-year veteran guy. He's in his 4th year. He's 26, former first-round pick. And then you got an all-time veteran, Joe Flacco. Nothing wrong with that, folks. Don't let the national media sell you on the bullshit. Yeah. Then add Caleb Browns.
He said he said Downs. Caleb
Downs. Ooh. Oh, the safety from Ohio State. Yeah, absolutely. Downs. Okay, gotcha, brother. Okay. Now I know what you mean. I was like, who's Caleb Browns? I was like,
I don't know.
Caleb Downs is a safety from Ohio State. Yep.
Gotcha.
Him, Sonny Styles is another one on Ohio State. That's good. So I don't know if he's going to be on the draft next year, probably. But anyway, don't let these people sell you on the bullshit that it's dysfunction. It's dysfunction. No, dysfunction was the Watson deal. What you're seeing them do is trying to just get 4 low-cost options at quarterback to give you average play this year.
Sure.
And then they're going to try to draft the top guy. I wouldn't be surprised if they have the opportunity to draft the generational talent next April. They'll do it. So go ahead, Sherry. Anything you want to say before we wrap this up? Because
I got more nonsense. You know who's been in town all week?
Lysandra.
Well, besides Lysandra. Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he like
yelling and apparently there's I think a restaurant in Cuyahoga Falls I think he's doing an episode about, and I'm sure he's probably yelling and screaming at those people. But he went out, he had dinner at Fahrenheit. You know, when we walk to Rapid, we always pass it.
Yeah. He had dinner at Fahrenheit. Well,
yes, he did. Fancy.
Is that what you call bougie? Bougie. There you
go. That's another level. Double pinkies down.
Double pinky. Bougie and bougie. People listening on Spotify.
I never looked at their price lists. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's, eh, eh.
No, thank you.
Give me Jack's Deli any day.
Oh yeah, I'll take the Chinese food at Tower City. I'm cool.
Sure. Heck yeah.
I love that when that Chinese lady gets mad at somebody. It's hilarious. It's like, it's like, whoa, she's pissed.
Right.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's great. Anyway, hey, besides Gordon Ramsay's
Happy
Father's
Father's
Day.
Day.
Thank you. Oh, just so you know, just so everybody knows, the 15th is Father's Day. It's also going to be my 12-year wedding anniversary.
Oh, it's a twofer.
Yep.
Mazel tov for you. A twofer. Way to go. Congratulations.
Yep. So, yep. There you go. Thank you. Yes. And thank you to my wife we've been together. It will be 16 and a half years and we will be married for 12. So very
nice.
Yep. I keep coming home and she's still there. So we're good. Yes. All right. Yes. My Marv Albert. All right. Hey guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for participating. We appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's one of the things John said. He noticed I've calmed down a lot because I don't know. Have you noticed that?
Jeez.
No, I haven't. I think I'm the same. I just
well, you haven't had a reason to be fired up. Wait till the season starts.
Yeah, wait till the season starts and people start sending
we actually have interaction
of a third down conversion that didn't happen when it's a still and everybody's open. Yeah, with
circles.
Yeah, I want to see that. Bitching
once
about play
we
calling.
have one or two like fun, I'm using air quotes here, train rides down to Tower City with some Browns fans that'll fire you up and you won't be able to control yourself when telling the story. Yes, exactly.
Jesus Christ. Well, no, the guy on my way to the Pittsburgh game last year, Thursday night game, I was already in a pissed off mood because the trains were late.
Yes.
Because I had a call. I said, hey, where's the fucking train? So I actually said that to them. And they're like, sir, don't swear at us. I'm like, it's 10 degrees out here. Get your trains going. Anyway, that wasn't 10. It was like more 30, 25-ish. But it was a Blizzard game. It was a Blizzard game. Fun game to go to, but you had to dress appropriately. Anyway, get on there, and there's this guys that they're talking about it. And I looked on my phone, and I'm like, oh, Kevin Stefanski is expected to stay. So is Andrew Berry. Okay. Oh, well, I'd like to have some form of stability.
I remember that.
And I just looked at him. I said, this will be their 6th off season and their 6th season together. Sixth. Is that a form of stability?
I would assume so.
I would think so. That's all we do is we don't have stability. I mean, it's just people. I mean, my God.
You'll get fired up over something. I think the off season, it's easy to be calm. Nothing crazy happened. Thankfully, knock on desk.
Yeah, it also helps that I do get laid a lot. So
I'm sure everybody is so glad you said that right now.
It helps. It's very helpful.
Gotcha.
Very helpful. But yes, that's what I do. That's why. And thank you for 12 wonderful years, Christine. I really appreciate it. That's how I stay in shape. She's my cardio. All right. So just so you all know, thank you for joining us.
A lot of people cannot see the face.
Yes.
That I'm making. The silent screams. Yep.
Silent screams. No. I've said worse shit. I've said a lot worse shit. God, I've said a lot worse shit. So just so you people know, we do appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So I am looking forward to the season start. I'm looking forward to the preseason, watching this because it's a Saturday afternoon game.
The one game that we get to go to.
The one preseason game we get to go to. It's a Saturday afternoon game against the Rams. But we'll see how this goes, guys. Thank you so much. We will be back next Friday, the 20th. To be the day after my 52nd birthday and my daughter's 8th birthday.
Right. All right.
So if you want to wish me a happy birthday next week, just feel free to in the comments. We appreciate each and every one of you. Sherry, anything you want to say before we sign off?
Go Panthers.
Go Panthers. Go Panthers. Go Browns. And always remember, when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Great comment. Oh, we got 4 comments. Holy shit. Hold on. I'm going to let it play. Who's on here? What was the last one?
Roll Tide.
Oh, thanks for the visual. You're welcome. Keep up the good work. I will. And you guys next week. Thanks for another great show. You're welcome. And Roll Tide. All right.
Yeah,